talk radio stations in the entire country. Now I believe there's well over 4,000 stations. Talk radio is by far the largest format in all of radio. When you add podcasting, website listening, XM listening, it's a lot. He also paved the way even for this network, Fox News, and even opinion shows on left-wing networks. Not that they'd ever acknowledge it. More importantly, over 5 decades, it was his words, his principles, his ideals, his spirit. It shaped the soul of a nation, generations of Americans. Now, Rush truly believed in this country, its goodness, its greatness, the greatness of you, we, the American people. He believed always that this is the greatest country God ever gave man. He believed deeply in the principles outlined in our Constitution. He was an unyielding champion for freedom, for all, for decades. And this is important. It wasn't just a conservative or a Republican. His love for country and the people who live here was boundless. And by the way, he never wanted to cancel anybody, ever. He stood up for the likes of Bill Maher. His impact on this country, this land, our kids, generations, grandkids, guess what? This place we call home is beyond anything words, frankly, can even begin to describe. Take a look. Liberals, they think it's morally superior to redistribute wealth and take from one group of people and give to another group of people. Isn't it always conservatives? Aren't we the ones that are often told we're imposing values? But it's the left that has always done that. This is common, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, the conservatism has been so maligned in state-run media for so many years. All we want is success for everybody. We want freedom for everybody. We understand that a great nation is made up of great people doing great things, ordinary people accomplishing extraordinary things. We don't look at the American population with contempt and derision. We don't look at a group of people and pick out the number of blacks in it and the number of whites and the number of women. We see Americans, we see human beings, we see potential. Liberals look at a group of people and they see incompetence. They see people that can't overcome the obstacles of life, want a government program to help them. Yeah, it's somewhat frustrating because conservatism, I think we talked about this last time, conservatism is a process, some people say, needing to be redefined or modernized or whatever. Era of Reagan is over. No. I mean, freedom will never go out of style, and that's the foundation of conservatism.
31 years. I think
Mary Matt 1 years. And I mean, it's flat out amazing. And, you know, time has, it's like everything. Time has raced by on certain things, and other days it's just been slow and plodding. But man, am I blessed. We all are. It's such a great opportunity to be able to talk about these things that really matter, the future of the country with so many millions of people. It's really, really, really been an honor, and it's ongoing. It's there's still nothing I do, Sean, that I get more enjoyment out of than this. So, and also appearing on Fox. You know, I've been very blessed to be invited here by you, and I can't thank you enough for having me on.
Whenever Rush spoke, tens and tens of millions of Americans listened. He had an amazing, unapologetic presence, was always authentic, a true original, genuine, never ever let his detractors slow him down. He did it with his mischievous humor. People get upset, bubble and fizz, snowflakes in the day, when Rush would say, with talent on loan from God. That's so arrogant. Not really. He's admitting all great talent comes from God. And he always fought for what he believed in.
By virtue of your listening to my radio show and being active in this movement that we all cherish and love, you have meant more to me, my family, and my life than whatever it is I might mean to you, even though I know that's considerable. You can't outdo the absolute joy and awe and thanks I feel for all of you. The fact I've been doing this for 20 years and the numbers just keep growing, and I can't tell you how appreciative I am and proud to be in a movement with the same passions, desires, and core beliefs that all of you have, because we know that it's right for the country, and we know it's right for people. It's not something that has to be forced on them. It's not something that has to be authoritatively pressed on them. We are what is, that's why we are an enemy, because we're effective. The people that do want control look at us as the enemy. We're always going to be. Don't ever measure your success by how many drive-by media reports you see that are fair to us. Never going to happen. Don't measure your success by how many people like you. Just worry about how they vote.
And America, it's a better place because conservatism was never that hard. And for all the years he was on the air, he never changed. Conservatism was simple. What do conservatives believe in? Liberty. They believe in freedom, limited government. They believe in less bureaucracy so we can let business and American invention and ingenuity thrive in this country. Lower taxes, less bureaucracy. You wanted, let's see, law and order, safety, security, every town, every city, school choice for every child so they can get the quality education they deserve, secure borders, energy independence, constitutionalists on the bench, peace through strength. We need peace through strength. These are not complicated issues. He believed in our Second Amendment as well. But it wasn't just his unapologetic patriotism that made him great. Rush was also incredibly funny, incredibly entertaining, fun to be around. I can tell you from my own personal experience, uplifting. He could put things in a perspective. He'd have a take on something that I'd always say, I wish I thought of that no one else on earth would have. Even during some of his toughest moments while battling cancer, Rush was finding the good in life. The amazing thing is, and probably all of us have watched the movie The Bucket List. And it's a great movie. Morgan Freeman, Jack Nicholson, this is what I'm going to do. If I only have a year to live or whatever. Rush's bucket list was to be with all of you, his listeners. His bucket list was to do what he was born to do. And he did. Even fighting through you know what cancer treatments are like. We all know somebody who's been through it. It's hell on earth. And he'd go through the treatment, get well. As soon as he got well enough, he'd race to the studio to follow his bucket list, being on the air. And here is one of his final radio broadcasts from just a few weeks ago. Take a look.
The day that Lou Gehrig announced that he had his disease that was forcing him to retire from Major League Baseball, he said to the sold-out Yankee Stadium, "Today I feel like the luckiest man on the face of the earth." And I didn't understand that. I mean, here's a guy who had just been diagnosed with the most terminal of terminal diseases. And I said, this can't be real. You can't really think he's the luckiest guy in the world. This is just something that he's saying because it will play well. I don't mean to be insulting Lou Gehrig. Don't misunderstand. I'm just saying that how in the world, if you're being honest, can you feel like you're the luckiest man on the face of the earth? Well, when I got my diagnosis and when I began to receive all of the outpouring of love and affection from everywhere in my life, from so many of you in so many ways, and from my family who, man, they have supported me my entire career, even during times it would have been understandable and easy for them to say, "Rush who? We don't know this guy." But that never happened. I mean, I've been totally supported by virtually everybody in my family. I've been propped up, I have been defended, I've been made to look better than I am. My lovely wife, Catherine, has done so much in that regard. She has done so much with RushLimbaugh.com and with the charitable efforts that we have engaged in, and all of it has been to my benefit. All of it has been for the and yours. It's the benefit of people who are the recipients of our efforts. So many people have put me first in all of this, and I understand now what Lou Gehrig meant, because I certainly feel like that. I feel extremely fortunate and lucky.
So even during his hardest moments, Rush Limbaugh felt like the luckiest guy on earth. Through the treatments, through the pain, he fought on on his bucket list was to be with you, to fight for the country he loves. In the final days, he wanted to be with all of us, all of you. He wanted to do that which I argue he was born to do till the very end. A man who cherished life, humble, grateful, generous, thankful, and loved his family, loved God, loved this country. I was lucky to know Rush. I know his wonderful family. My prayers are with his wife, his brother, his brother's wife, and his long extended family in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, his nephews and nieces. I want to extend my deepest sympathy to his radio staff, you know, Bo Snerdley, James Golden, Cookie, Kathleen, George, Mike Maimone, Dawn. I can't mention everybody, but you know, we're thinking about you along the way. He loved all of you more than anything. He loved his wife, Catherine. Catherine was the love of his life, as he just said, who earlier today delivered a very powerful, and I'm sure as Rush would want it, stoic, yet so difficult, but powerful tribute. Listen.
From today on, there will be a tremendous void in our lives, and of course on the radio. Rush loved our miraculous country beyond measure, an unwavering patriot. He loved our United States military, our flag, our Constitution, our founding fathers. He proudly fought and defended conservative values in a way that no one else can. Rush often stood up and took arrows on his own because he knew it was the right thing to do. Rush encouraged so many of us to think for ourselves, to learn, and to lead. He often said it did not matter where you started or what you look like. As Americans, we all have endless opportunities like nowhere else in the world. Rush gave us hope that through hard work and determination, we can overcome the obstacles in our lives and be our best.
Tonight, we'll honor Rush. We'll have full coverage of the life, his legacy. President Trump will join us. The great one, Mark Levin, will also be here, first joining us